Hello, and welcome to Prize Book and Film. The film we're talking about today is Dodgeball, a true underdog story, uh, released on the 18th of June 2004, with a runtime of 92 minutes, filmed with a budget of $20 million, and it took in $168.4 million at the box office, directed by Rawson Marshall III. So, Dodgeball, a true underdog story. Let's get into it. You've got an all-star cast. It's a big cast, nice solid cast. The two main men of the film, the leading men, is Ben Stiller playing White Goodman and Vince Vaughn playing Peter LaFleur, with Christine Taylor playing Kate Veach, Justin Long playing Justin, Alan Tudyk playing Steve the Pirate, Stephen Root playing Gordon, Joel David Moore playing Owen, Chris Williams plays Dwight, and Rip Torn plays Patches O'Houlihan. So we start off the film with Average Joe's Gymnasium, run by Peter. Is a very lackadaisical, very relaxed kind of gym. There's no pressure on members to actually pay for their memberships. We're first introduced to Steve the Pirate when he sort of jumps out on Peter, and Peter says, "Just kick in a couple of bucks when you can, when you've got it. Don't sort of stress about it." Peter goes into his office to find Kate Veach, who works for the bank, working on the imminent foreclosure of Average Joe's. And if he doesn't raise $50,000 in 30 days, the bank will take it back and then sell the property. And the person interested in the property is Peter's biggest rival, who's across the street, White Goodman, who runs Globo Gym. We're better than you, and we know it. Globo Gym and White Goodman want to buy Average Joe's, bulldoze it, put in a parking structure. So the regulars of Average Joe's are not too impressed with this news, so they decide to enter dodgeball championships. Much to Peter's very reluctant to be getting involved, but he does. He says, "All right, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go," because Gordon has been reading Obscure Sports Quarterly. So they face a team of girl guides to qualify. They only qualified by default because one of the girl guides gets drug tested before and tests positive for a whole cocktail of drugs, including a horse tranquilizer. So they get disqualified and Average Joe's go through. White gets wind of the plan and decides he's going to enter the Globo Gym Purple Cobras, a group of chiseled, proper athletes, proper muscle men. And they've got a young lady on the team called Fran from Eastern Europe in a made-up country. So once they qualify for the competition, they meet Patches O'Houlihan. Patches is a legend in the dodgeball field. He is the man. He is he's sort of like the Eric Cantona of dodgeball. He's that good. He is the top man in his field. And Patches decides he's going to coach Average Joe's to play dodgeball, even though Patches O'Houlihan is a stark raving lunatic. He's a guy in a wheelchair. He is off his rocker. There's no other ways of putting it. He is a lunatic. I mean, we're dealing with some pretty oddball characters as it is. But Patches is he's just a lunatic. So they watched this film with a young Patches O'Houlihan, a sort of promotional film when Patches was a young man, played by Hank Azaria. Hope I've pronounced that correctly. So how it reads. So he's coaching them and he's throwing wrenches at them and he's getting them to run through traffic. You've got to dip dodge, duck, dive, and dodge. The 5 Ds of dodgeball. If you can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball. He's throwing monkey wrenches at the team. You know, there's a couple of subplots running through. Peter and White both really like Kate Veach. But Kate's not interested because she's in a relationship with a woman. So she's not interested in the romantic advances of these two men. White gets the needle, phones the bank that Kate works for, because ultimately they're working for him, apparently. So he rings up and says she was stealing and drinking on the job. So she gets fired. So now Kate is in the Average Joe's dodgeball team as well. Another subplot is Justin, the love-struck teenager. He's trying to get onto the cheerleading squad, and there's a girl in the cheerleading squad that he's desperately in love with, a young lady called Amber, and he will do anything for Amber, no matter what it is. Owen falls for Fran, the Eastern European Globo Gym Purple Cobra that's from a completely made-up country. Stanavasta Vanavindivich, or whatever her name is. So they go through and they're competing against different teams. You've sort of got the Purple Cobras on the right, and you've got Average Joes on the left, and they're working through the group stages, and they're slowly progressing, and ultimately they meet in the final. That's what it's leading up to. Now, this film has been out for a very long time. There is a twist in the tale, but I'm not going to reveal it because it is a really clever twist. I mean, you know that the Average Joes are going to win, but I'm not going to tell you how they win. Before the final, so Steve the Pirate has had an identity crisis and he's wandered off. Owen doesn't know who Steve the Pirate is. Dwight's trying to tell him the only guy on our team who dresses like a pirate. I just go, no, don't know, mate. So Steve the Pirate's gone off. Justin the lovesick teenager has gone off to help Amber in the cheerleading finals, which just happened to be in the same town at the same time. So then they're short-handed because Peter has decided he's had enough, he's out, So there's sort of 3 people down to start with, and the director of the Dodgeball Association of America, or the American Dodgeball Association of America, whatever it's called, is William Shatner. Good old Bill Shatner. Did I mention that David Hasselhoff was one of the team coaches? Did I mention that? Probably. So right when Peter sort of bottled it and he doesn't know what to do, he's at the bar getting a drink, and who should turn up standing next to him is none other than Lance Armstrong. Lance Armstrong, world famous cyclist. And he says, he says, I'm going to throw in the towel. And Lance Armstrong says, well, when I had cancer and I thought of throwing in the towel, I didn't. I just carried on. So Peter, what is it you're dying of that's stopping you competing? And Peter says, well, it's actually shame now, So they all sort of go back to the dodgeball arena just in time to forfeit, because White is in the final and he just wants the trophy. He wants Average Joe's gym, and he doesn't care how he gets it. There's no pride. There's no morals to the man. So Bill Shatner says, well, it's going to have to come down to a vote, isn't it? The director says it's going to have to come down to a vote. And one of the judges is Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is in the film making a cameo. So they get voted in. A 2-1 majority gets them the game. So they get in the they get in the final, and ultimately they win. Of course, they're going to win. The fact it's called A True Underdog Story tells you that they're going to. I won't tell you how, but yeah, it's a really, really good film. Could you watch this film with your gran in the room. Yes, you definitely could. You really could watch this film with your gran in the room. How many coffee cups will I give Dodgeball: A True Underdog Story? I think I'm going to give Dodgeball 5 hot coffee cups on the coffee cup scale, because it is that funny. It is that good. You know, I really do enjoy this film. I've watched it a few times. I've got it downloaded to my iPad. It's a good film. It's worth watching. It's worth 92 minutes of your time. And it's got a good cast. And like I say, Gary Cole plays Cotton McKnight. Jason Bateman plays Pepper Brooks. They're the announcers, the commentators during the dodgeball games. So they're in it as well. Pepper Brooks is just completely unhinged as well. We've got some proper head cases. Incidentally, Steve the Pirate, he's gone away and he's sort of had a haircut and he's put some normal clothes on. He's not Steve, he's just Steve now. And when he walks in as just Steve, a regular man off the street, Owen says, "Oh, look, Steve's a pirate." And Dwight looks at him. What? So, it's right at the end of the film, we find out that Kate is in a relationship with a woman as well. That's when we find that out. But all in all, Dodgeball: A True Underdog Story is well worth watching. It's really good. 5 steaming hot coffee cups on the coffee cup scale. If you've seen it, feel free to let me know what you thought of it. And join me next time to find out whether we're talking about a book or a film or whatever. So, thank you for watching. Bye for now.